Welcome to the Evolved Dad Shortcast. Your new life starts now.
Welcome back to the Evolved Dad Shortcast, episode number 10. I want to talk about going back to school. Not for you, for your kids. So it comes to that point of year. Hopefully you had an awesome summer. Maybe you're finishing up your summer now. And the kids are getting ready to go back to school. Now, we have all these emotions as fathers of how is the school year going to play out? Are my kids going to have a good time? Are they going to learn? Are they going to succeed? There's a lot of emotions involved. As a father, it's important to take a step back and remember that as many emotions as we have to try to put ourselves into our kids' shoes and understand what they're going through. They're starting a new school year, new teachers, potentially new friends, maybe even a new school. And there's a lot going on. So you're probably going to notice an uptick in bad behavior, maybe an uptick in crankiness, and so many other actions that may just throw you for a loop. So I want to talk about the importance of staying present in the moment and trying to help our kids prepare for going back to school. So one of the practices that has helped me a tremendous amount is to think in the moment. It took me a lot of practice. It took some time to get there. And I'm still not always able to, but most of the time I'm able to catch myself. So what that looks like is you walk into a situation, maybe your kid is just threw their food all over the floor. You're about to scream at them, or maybe you just started screaming. You stop yourself. You think for a moment of what's going on. And then you continue to address the situation. Thinking about the situation and not just the fact that you're upset about something. And that's really what's important here. That you're thinking about the situation itself. So whether that means writing down on a piece of paper, kids going back to school, keeping that in front of you, or maybe having a reminder pop up on your phone, it's so important that you get this into your head quickly. Because the sooner you get it into your head that your child's emotions are going to be all mixed up and all over the place, the sooner you're going to be able to stop yourself in the moment and deal with a situation at hand. But not only just to be able to deal with the situation, to have the understanding that your child's emotions are off because they're nervous about something. Now, having the conversation about nerves, that's a conversation for another time. It is something that's important to address, something to talk about. And each parent has to learn their child to be able to understand what the appropriate way is to have that conversation. But understanding right now that your child is going through that inner turmoil and they're nervous and they're scared and they're going to this new situation. They're coming out of a summer, going back into a school, into more structure. And when you understand that and you keep that in mind, all of a sudden, it's not so bad what just happened. It's like when you're walking around and, you see someone else's kid drop something. Without your kids there, you may say, "Oh, it's okay, no worries." With a smile, pick up whatever it is and continue on. So why don't we do that for our kids? Why are our kids the ones that are losing out? The answer is because we're living in the moment and we have all our frustrations and everything. We don't give ourselves and even our children that extra bit. We're not taking that extra breath. We're not giving it that different viewpoint. In our minds, we know everything. We see everything as it is. So, what more do you want from me? That's wrong. That's where we have to stop ourselves. And remember what they're going through. And give them that extra little bit of leeway. Now, I'm not saying if something catastrophic happens, just let it fly. But there are so many small things that can happen. Maybe a tantrum. Maybe fighting with a sibling. Maybe leaving something out that you told them to put away 5 times. Throwing something on the floor, making a mess, whatever it may be. Take these cues and realize what's going on. Don't just let that throw you for a loop and get all bent out of shape about it. All it's going to do is just stir things up more. And it's going to make things that much worse. Then as a father, to be able to take this time and understand the importance of carrying this into the next weeks, months, years, this is a very important trait to have as a father. Patience. But also to live in the moment. To take that step back when something's happening. And really analyze the situation. Is it so terrible that you're now going to lose your cool? In the long run, are they even going to remember about this? There's a podcast by a guy, Rob Dial. The Mindset Mentor, I believe it's called. And he says that if it's something that you're not going to remember in 5 years, don't give it 5 minutes. And to me, the significance of that is something that my child is doing now. Is that going to have a big picture effect? Or is the anger and the yelling coming from inside me? Because I'm flustered because I just finished work. I'm all stressed out from the workday, haven't had a chance to decompress, or just came back from doing this whole huge shopping, or whatever it may be. That's on me. That's not on my kid. So why am I taking it out on my kid? The answer is because they're just not thinking. Once you start thinking, it all changes. You're no longer going to be upset at your kid. So that's my tip. To take a step back. Now is that crucial time where you have to start taking that step back. This is where your relationship with your child is going to thrive. Because you're showing your child that you understand. You're giving them that little bit of breathing room. And maybe you can get them to open up a little bit more to you now. Maybe you could have that conversation with them. Maybe they'll tell you what's going on. Don't be afraid to have those conversations. Your child's looking up to you. You're dad. You're the man. You're the fearless one that can do anything. Don't let your kids down. I want to thank you for spending your time with me today. It means a lot to me. And remember, now is the time to change. Now that your kids are going back to school, you have an opportunity to make tremendous gains. And this is not only going to change the next few weeks, this is going to change the relationship that you have with your child for the rest of your lives. Remember, resolve to evolve. This is Jonathan, the Evolved Dad, signing off.